Okay, big guy's coming in. You know, seeing this a second time, it's very intimidating. Hey guys, I had to do a voiceover for this game because I didn't pay attention to my recording software. Let's get into this. Alright, I have my goggles on and I'm ready to play. My name is Sloth154 and welcome back to Lies of P. Last episode we got into the game, we beat the parade master and we reunited Pinocchio with Geppetto. I, while playing this, was not paying too much attention and forgot the controls, so I went to this upcoming fight completely not ready. And I also wanted to see what this puppet on the ground would do, not knowing it was a trap meant to help me fight. And then I only have one health thing and I didn't use it in time. I also learned here that you have to face the enemy to block the enemy. I also noticed that the load bar is Pinocchio's nose. That took me a while, actually. So I reconstituted and decided to fight smarter, not harder. Sneak up right behind him. Turn it, instead of having a 4-on-1 fight, turn it to 1-on-1s. Slowly walked up behind this guy, got the fatal strike. I accidentally activated that, so I decided to use the trap against this guy, weaken him a little bit. And I still have trouble with two things, which is spacing with walls and locking on immediately. Healed up, got my health, got my ergo back, which is gonna come, I'm 4 episodes into my playthrough at the time of I'm re-recording this audio, so the ergo I believe is just monumentally important to the underlining story of this. Sharpen my weapon, that's something I have to get better at. No, looking at it now, I have all their timing down. Because for me, this game, the dodge is very slow. So it took me a while, but I have to get the blocks down, the perfect block down, because I know it's going to come more in handy than the dodge. I know what that means. And this is something I found weird. So, and when I first found this, I guessed that it has something to do with the petrification virus or disease, however they call it. We opened the way back, so now we can push forward. The entire time I'm also looking for secrets, things that could help me, possibly help me. I was really hoping to find more weapons, but they're scattered, far and few. This note. I didn't read that note for some reason. Notice the big guy over here decided to take the fight to him, hoping that I could sneak up behind him and fatal strike him, but no, he noticed. And at this time, I didn't think about how to use the stagger. I was also questioning the thought process behind replacing to replace every working part of society with what's it called? Automatons. Well, here we are at the first boss room. I just gotta take these two down. And as this is a Souls-like game, I'm telling you, the boss battles take me hours. I think this one took me 22 attempts. Opening the chest. Hoping for something good, but Puppet Destroyer Amulet. It's a good one to have. So I equip it. Gives you extra damage on the puppets. Again, this is me hoping to find secrets. I use the Stark fragment at the Krat calling next to the boss arena to summon a specter. It will help your character in the boss battle. I've only used it in this playthrough so far. I've only used it once, and it made the fight so much more manageable. But this is the second proper boss we're gonna fight, and it's a creepy one to me. Very creepy. Amazing entrance though. And again, it had me questioning how dumb were these people to expect that everything would always work the way they want it to. They created literal monsters that if something went wrong, if someone, I don't know, hacked the protocols, it would all go badly. And again, went to this fight completely not ready. So I chose to use my special weapon that I got for buying the game. I got one perfect block off there, but again, I don't know the patterns, I don't know the attack. That's how it goes, so I'm trying to get everything I can in. Also trying to stagger him with the heavy attacks. How it creeps up at you is very just comforting. I think one of my biggest issues is my favorite Souls-like game is Black Myth Wukong, and you can always power through the combos to get all your hits in. But in this game, they don't let you get that last coup de grace in. I was glad to get that one in, with a few extra hits before he gets up, and then just eat that health. I also wasn't ready for him to go elemental on me. And again, like I said, my favorite Souls-like is Black Myth Wukong, and I got the dodge mechanic down almost perfectly by now. Yeah, this is where it falls apart. Still not used to the controls, so this is... I think this is where the first try ends. Yeah, he just kind of beat me to death. So I just skip ahead. This is, I think, attempt 11. And the reason I'm keeping this one is because something wacky happens at the end of this one that I just have to show you guys. So at this time, I got his pattern down very well. As you can see, I'm blocking more hits perfectly, and I'm getting in to get that health regain. But there's a few attacks that it has that just get me every time. Yep, that wind up is gonna get me a lot. Got me a lot. And right there I was hoping that the Legion arm would pull me towards it so I could get some quick hits in. I was able to get the stagger in. And then just again, wreck that guy. The reason I keep going for the heavy attacks is because I'm hoping to stagger it again. Right about now that I noticed that my weapon's durability is just tanked. I haven't really figured out how to make that miss. I was lucky enough that it slowed down. And then, yeah, right there was when I realized I could just run away when it goes red. And this is how it kills me this round. And that's why I kept this in. Alright, so this is attempt 21 or 22, I think. And this is where I get things done. I abandoned using the glaive. And as you can see, I got... I'm blocking much better this time around. And I think this is 45 minutes and 21, 22 attempts, 45 minutes in. It's taken a lot to beat this thing, and I'm gonna take it down this round. So spoilers. But yeah, I figured out when it turns red, just run away. Life is easier. I was also hoping by using this weapon to affect it with the electric light, or whatever they call it on this. Yeah, that attack, that one right there always seemed to get me every time I was playing. I needed some distance to grind out my weapon. Run away. Get the hits. It's still bad, even now, at paying attention to the stamina. Phase 2. Again, great boss designs. Yeah, I want to get... Yep, and this time I made sure I had enough health to survive this. I was a bit disappointed I missed the stagger chance on that. Oh, that one was a good hit. All these fights, all the bosses that I faced during this episode were difficult and it took me a long time and it took a lot of effort to get this far. Walks in. I have to remember that now that when he slams on the ground, he leaves a electrical discharge. So I'm out of health regen, so now I switch to the glaive for more damage. Using the glaive's ability, I was able to stagger it immediately. And then I got this big hit in. I know, right there. This is where my heart started beating like crazy, because I'm right there. All it takes is for one screw up, but I got that last hit. Also, while I'm playing, I'm not able to understand what they're saying. I don't have time to read it. So I check out my loot from this win. Overcharged storage battery and the P organ core, which is great. That's going to be important. So after this, I run around for a bit looking for any secrets. I activate this stargazer, and then I had to cut because I got distracted. I went around, looked for things, but we're back at the hotel, nice and safe. But then again, I got distracted, so I had to do another cut.
You saved Geppetto.
And Sophia told us where Geppetto was.
Wonderful. He is on the second floor. He can hardly wait to see
Which
you.
was good. Good to see him out there. So I decided to visit our father. I'm still trying to think, is this like Pinocchio, where Geppetto made the doll out of grief for losing a child? Or did Geppetto, in this world, use his child to make an automaton? Not sure. We might find out later. But that's something that's just been running through my head as of right now. Also, other things that I can't really get into because spoilers, and I'll get into them in their proper place. But Geppetto has a nice big room up here.
Ah, you've returned.
If you were really
Forgive
worried, Geppetto, you would have
sentimental
sent
father
help.
for worrying about his son. Always remember that you're precious to me.
And I
Even
don't
when
trust
I
that
ask
he
you to do
has our best
something
interests in
dangerous.
mind.
Speaking of which, there's a factory just beyond the Lycian Boulevard.
And we're getting our next
It's packed with
destination from him.
countless puppets. My
Venigni's,
friend, the inventor
factory.
Venigni, went to stop them, but he never came back.
And I don't know what
Please,
Venigni's
go
plan
save
was,
him
because some
and
of the
shut down
automatons
the
that they've
factory.
made are just straight up dangerous. And this is where Geppetto activates the P organ,
P organs are the source
which is
of your powers.
which runs on quartz.
Collect quartz.
But it's the
to
golden
get
heart from the
strength
start
you need.
screen. I might use that as the thumbnail for this episode.
Remember, the hotel is the last safe place in Krat. It's our only
Well, we can't
refuge
tell
in
if
a
someone
city
has ill
full
intent
of
until it's too
It'll
late.
be extremely
Humans lie.
dangerous if anyone has ill intentions. Be careful who you tell about this place.
Yeah, the stalkers and the
Especially if
alchemists
they're
both want
stalkers
Geppetto
or
dead.
Alchemists. Be wary of dangerous people.
And how he
always
says be a good boy to me
me.
has me a bit apprehensive. Use the P organ oh no, I decided to try to rush this. Use the P organ slot to activate your character's latent abilities. Equip quartz on the P organ to attain its corresponding effects. If you equip quartz in each of the slots in a single group, you can gain that group's synergy effect. Each time the synergy effect of two groups are activated, the next step is unlocked. You can get a greater variety of effects as you take your P organ to higher phases. So that's another way for us to power up other and besides the level up system. I think I went with the extra health and the link dodge for this. But what also confused me is filling out the slots. So you could only have one of each type in the slots for each thing. And quartz is hard to find, come to find out. And I got this one because I stagger attacks from a charge attack. It should help me more. And then I decided I had to get back to the city hall. I decided to listen
Can
to
get from
Geppetto
City
before we
Hall
leave.
to the factory with the key I just gave you. Venigni gave me that key, and now he's missing.
And then I saw the
Rescue him
cat
if you
and
can.
wondered if we could pet the cat. But the cat realized we were an automaton, so we couldn't pet the kitty. That broke my heart a little bit. Should have broke Pinocchio's too. So after this, I went to see what I could do with my weapons, with my arm. Let me think. Yeah, because I was gonna just head straight out, but I decided to check in with the weapon shop and everything else because I was curious. Right, so here we are back at the Krat City Hall courtyard on a foggy day. And I know where to go because while I was running around, I found a door I couldn't open. I also saw my next victim. I could sneak up on this guy.
Here it is. Venigni Works. Everything you see here belongs to Venigni, the classiest playboy and most brilliant inventor in Krat. Just ask him. Not just
And that's a
puppets.
very bad
Almost every machine and tram in
economic
Krat is
plan for a
supplied
city
from
if
here.
one person
You gotta
has the
be
means of
curious about the
production for
guy.
almost
What kind of
everything your
person
city
is
needs.
he? I wish we could find him. That is, if
Clark
he's
Shore.
still kicking.
Okay, so I gotta go back and read that note because that doctor is important. I'm also heading towards a fight with a heavy, so I decided to go around. Well, try to go around and take out all the smaller puppets. I especially wanted to get this one on the roof because he looks like one of the ones that throw, but this is something that happens a lot in my playthrough. I fall through a lot of trapdoors or weak planks, so I decided why not? Let's just take out the heavy, clean up the scraps. My mistake, because they got me immediately. And then it turned into a 4-on-1 fight that I was not ready for, and that I took the beating of a lifetime for. So I had to try again. This time, I was going to try to roll across. Actually, I threw something at him to take him out. And I was going to try to roll to get onto that roof, but I forgot I pressed the button wrong. So I decided, why not? Let's just take them all out. Take out all the scraps, then take out the heavy. I want to take out that one in the corner because it also throws things. My lock on transferred to the wrong thing because that's the way I was facing. Yeah, if I'm not getting swarmed, even fighting the heavy is manageable. Especially since it's easier to stagger them. While I don't use them enough, star fragments are going to be coming in handy if I ever need face a really difficult boss. And that's what I was trying to do earlier. I had to cut because I was running around. Then I noticed the ladder when I was jumping down. I also forgot about this puppet, but it was of no consequence. Yeah, cleaning out the mobs right now is easy because I think at this point I've upgraded this weapon to at least level 2. I decided to clear the bridge before looking around for secrets. Right here is where I learned that if I perfectly block projectiles, they don't affect you. So I heal up, and I notice that the phone booth over here, the payphone, is ringing. So I decided to see who's on the other side.
Another fine day in the city of Krat, but I wonder, my friend, just where you've been? Oh.
Yeah, that was a very bad rhyme on his part.
Congratulations! You've been selected from this cast of a little for an exclusive, obtrusive, intrusive transmittal. For me, Arlecchino, the king of all riddles.
That makes it, and his name is making me think he's an earlier version of our Pinocchio.
I called you, and I want to know your name, but not till we're through. For as soon as I learn that one riddle burned,
And not particularly. I don't like riddles too much. They get on my nerves.
Now, only the living solve riddles, as everyone knows. That's a must. When your city is so full of puppets, it seems are about fit to bust.
Well, puppets can solve riddles too.
Time for the riddle. No more waiting. We thank you for participating.
And this is a very well-known riddle that, you know, most people would know the answer to.
At midday, just two, no less and no more. It walks on 3 feet when the evening arrives. And if you solve this, then I'll know you're alive.
A human. Yes, that's the best option.
Correct.
The other one was a monster, which could also be true, depending on the monster.
Everything has to rhyme, you know. I'm not a caricature. I'm the king of riddles. That said, how do we know you didn't just get lucky?
Well, for all you know,
Clock is right twice a day, and even a puppet
Al,
can be accidentally correct
you-
just by random
we know we had two options. For Al, there's a myriad of answers I could give.
Arlecchino, tell him what he'll get. Thanks, Arlecchino. Caller, your correct
Trinity
answer
keys are
has
something that
you.
would help you if you're playing the game. You don't have to get them, but they're nice to get.
Doors and keys and doors, the subjects of puzzles and riddles galore. My next riddle
So
won't
he
be
says,
so
but
simple
for
to
us
crack.
playing the game, there's only really 2 options to choose from. So they won't be easy for most people, but yeah, we got them. And now I have to keep an eye out for Trinity rooms. And this is where I learned that I can review all the notes that we found so far. I locked the doors, but I don't know if that'll work. At least it should stop people from dying. Yeah, I reread that note quickly. I didn't plan on keeping that part in. But, you know, it's nice to show that I've realized something. This is a good way to keep you from going back and forth from an area, but I still don't know if there's a way for me to fix the gate. Because there's a few places inside this factory that I haven't fully explored, that I only went down a little bit and then turned around. I hear a heavy sound in the distance. I decide to activate the Stargazer after I grab this. And I still haven't used the chain right, at least not even once. I don't know why I didn't act. Oh yeah, I was trying to see if there was a way for me to open the gate. That's why I went over there. But no, activate the Stargazer so we can have a safe place to respawn, because we are going to die a few times. And again, looking for secrets, hoping to find something useful. Ergo fragments are useful. Then I noticed this trap door, decided to jump down, why not? And these puppets, they're a bit difficult. They don't move how I believe they should. They're very delayed, very slow. Not a real problem, it's just their timing throws me off. Then we get to see Pinocchio's full strength. And this is a weapon I've come to love. Yes, the salamander dagger and dagger handle. Oh, it's a good weapon. Nice and quick. Effective. Electric Blitz is effective for subduing puppets. I had nothing really to gain for that, so I decided to go down this way. Ready to test out my new weapon. I also wanted to get my shock weapon. Oh, only +1. God, that feels weak. That feels weak right now. But I wanted to test this one out. And the burn effect is, I feel, is a lot better than the electric blitz. Again, bad with timing. I also wanted to check out the new arm we got, because it could put on electric blitz, which increases the damage done by electric attacks, but it's not very versatile. Now the burn effect is good because it starts eating away at their health quickly. And I always come to regret using all my health things like this. Again, trying to see if there's a way for me to open the gate. Not really. This is where I noticed a very loud sound. Trying to find it. Well, I can't go down the pipe yet. But, yeah. This is the Puppet of Tomorrow. The worst part about this area is that it's a contaminated fight arena, so the corruption builds up quickly here. And in my hubris, I decide to take on the puppet. I also used the wrong item. It sees me. Now it's time for this fight to happen. Which again, very bad idea on my part. I don't even notice at this time that my health is just draining away. And that's my first defeat to the Puppet of Tomorrow. So instead of fighting it again, I decide that I'm just gonna run and take the treasure chest. I don't need to beat this thing. And that took me 3 tries to figure out I don't want to beat this. I could just run past it, get that thing, and then get out of here. Because as long as so long as this arena is filled with this corrupted water, there's no point. And this booster glaive is another weapon that I've come to love. First, I gotta get out. So I don't even try to fight this thing. I just get out of here. Not fast enough to chase me down. I could get out of here and I could climb. I noticed that I have to come through this area at some point, but hopefully the pool of water's drained. So I decided to go back to the first area where the Stargazer is and see what I can do there. I also switch out weapons. The booster glaive comes in handy. At this point, I noticed that there's something going on there.
Oh, this place gives me the
And,
creeps.
what's his
Like
name?
something's gonna jump out any second.
Jiminy's right,
okay,
this place
pal.
is creepy.
Jiminy's looking out for you.
I also didn't realize that Jiminy was inside the lamp. Is the lamp. And the game got me again. I fall for that pit. I fall for the pitfall so much. Someday it's gonna come back to haunt me. The pace and timing of these puppets is so jarring for me. I really hope I don't ever have to face a boss like that. I got some new equipment, so I decided to put it on. It should help with shock damage, but I didn't leave it in, so I don't remember. Dear Mr. Venigni, as per your orders, I conducted a quality investigation on the ergo supplied by the alchemist. Of course, it was done secretly. Certainly, the quality of ergo was getting worse over time, but I doubt that alchemists. But the decrease in quality is too widespread to call it a coincidence. At this rate, this quarter's puppets will have a high chance of defects. The most important thing is the quality of the ergo, after all, which is a big concern. According to a reliable source, the high-level alchemists are running ergo production experiments, lately using another method. Personally, I think their secret experimentation has something to do with the decrease in ergo quality. Are they wringing the bodies of discarded puppets in the barren swamps or something? Anyway, I recommend approaching them carefully instead of complaining to them. Manager of Factory 1, Nicola. So at this time, Venigni was already... There was a lot of shady things going on. But it didn't fall into place until, well, I'm not sure how long the puppet frenzy has been going on. But once we got here, it was already dead and done. This is just me looking for secrets, taking out the puppets that are still here, getting as much ergo as I can, because as a puppet, we aren't really... There's nothing to really worry about our exposure to it. I decided to run across all these in case I find something, which I did. Revenge. Also, the drop from this enemy that I didn't grab. Again, those dodge and rolling feel so slow to me in this game. And I think that might be deliberate, because in this game, you start off above, well, at least when I started playing, I started off above the weight. So I'm not sure, I've been increasing the capacity for all the subsequent episodes. That freaked me out a little bit. I was worried, a little apprehensive, slow to take it because I knew it was going to fall, just not how it was going to fall. And I decided to use the electric grinder, but then I took my time, so it doesn't really matter that I used it. I also tried to see if I could just find a way across without going down, avoiding the problem, which would be easy, simple. And again, I looked for another way out. After jumping down, then I realized I was trapped, so I just decided to go into it. And again, I went to a tough fight with no heals. Also with no understanding of how this type of enemy works. So here's me hoping I can just get around it and not die. So I had to get back here once again. This time, I was ready for it slightly. I decided to go with a faster tactic. One-handed weapon. And I have heals this time. I was also able to get it with the electric blitz, so my damage was upped while using this weapon. Oh, and that stagger made me feel good. Finished this thing off Mortal Kombat style. I also didn't know what the Legion caliber was, but I figured it out, I think, next episode. I'm also hearing the stomps from the, I think, because I have it muted while I'm doing this. I think here I'm hearing the stomps. Oh yeah, this is where I found one of the butterflies. Hoping to find it. And hoping to take it down, unlike the first one I saw, because I didn't know you were supposed to kill him. At this time I also didn't know I could lock onto them. I came down to see if I could go down that sewer grate, but no. Back up here. Also look down there, which is, this is a disturbing sight. Also going to switch out some items in case a big fight shows up. Always have to be ready. Then I see it. Stargazer. I also hear the Puppet of Tomorrow from here, so I was worried about going down there. And again, any game where there are safe areas, I'm always ready for it not to be a safe area. So I activate the Stargazer. I do some level ups, I think, after I grab this thing, because that will come in handy. Yeah, I leveled up. I can still hear the Puppet of Tomorrow, and I'm looking for it. But seeing as it's not breaking through, I'm just going to continue on. Now I know something's going to happen here, I'm just not sure what, so I quickly hurry across. At least I thought I did. To take out that, and did not happen. Rolling fire ball. It's the best way to describe it. I also see another item down there, so I decided to run there. The puppet surprised me. I jumped down, thinking that was the way forward, and I died. Now, I'm back. I had to get my dead Arago and take out the puppets. This is also where I learned the enemies are susceptible to environmental hazards. Also, where I learned, I hate how my attacks can bounce off walls. Hopefully there's not a boss in an enclosed area, so I don't have to worry about that, but it happens. Now I know I have to go up the way the fireballs are coming. After oh yeah, I wanted to climb this ladder because I noticed it and I forgot that I came from the one on the right side. I was hoping this would be this would be the way forward around the fireballs. But no, this leads out to the Puppet of Tomorrow. That door's, I'm on the other side. I try it anyway. That door's not opening for me. And this is the area, battle arena for the Puppet of Tomorrow, and this is the ladder I looked at when the last time we were here. So I know I also see two stalkers in the distance, hoping that maybe they'll fight the Puppet of Tomorrow. So I make my way back to the fireballs after I go down the sewer grate, pipe right there, hoping for more secrets, but it's a corrupted area, so I decided to leave it. Now I try to I use the flaming rock to take out most of the puppets here. My plan is to run down there, run back to where we are so that they chase me. Hoping with all hope that another one comes in time. That's the door I was at, so I know that's not the way forward. Wait for another one to roll by, because that's the smart thing to do. This actually surprised me a bit. I was not ready for one of them to just bust through a wall Kool-Aid Man style. Now this is the way forward. But I saw a treasure chest back there, and I'm worried that this will turn into a fight and I won't be able to get it. So I'll go back for it. I'm cautious when I do this because I don't want to, you know, die. I was able to get the Fatal Strike, and this seems like a safe area. Remember what this was. Oh, the fire axe. That's right, this was the fire axe. Not an axe that's on fire, just a regular fire axe. And I decided to test it out, see how it goes. Now I'm out here and I'm ready to face these two. And also, if you know the legend of the stories of Pinocchio, this is the red fox and the black cat.
Pleased to see you, my stalker friend.
You made it all
They
the way
don't
here
realize that
unbothered
I'm
by
a puppet.
ruffians. You've got talent. I've never seen you before, but who cares?
This may well benefit our former
They
client.
also were here with
Did
Venigni,
you
but they
catch
decided to
that
abandon
subtle
it.
whiff of money in the air? Moneybags himself, Lorenzini Venigni, is inside this factory this very moment.
You caught us on our return trip. We had to deny his ridiculous request in person just to be sure it wasn't a joke. All we could do was laugh.
Keep your whiskers up if you're heading in there. He is the richest man in Krat.
And in a society that's falling apart, being rich
Who
doesn't
knows?
really matter.
Maybe he's handing out bags of money to lift his spirits.
Ha! That seems unlikely. No way are we doing that.
Well, anyhow.
Thanks for the luck wishes,
best of
guys.
luck.
I'll do you proud. Still unable to drain that area, I decide to leave the puppet of tomorrow alone, hoping that I'll find something to drain it. And I'm ready for something to happen here, and it's good that only 2 of these fell down. I was ready for more of them to come down. I decided not to go down that ladder yet to find any secrets I could. My name is Clark Shore. People call me Dr. Cure-All. I intend to confess my sins. I made innumerable medicine cells under the guise of being a cure-all. At first, even I was sure about my experiment. Early on, the cure really was effective in neutralizing the petrification disease. And why would the great alchemist's records be wrong? I know I stole it, but I perfectly followed the manufacturing process. My cure was perfect. But what went wrong? I dare not record what the ones who got the treatment turned into. That was literally hell. And when I realized that I was the gatekeeper who opened the doors, I ran away. How can I atone for my sins? I only tried to treat patients and earn a few extra coins. I'm dying, and this is my penitence. I also have the petrification disease, but I'm not getting the cure. I'd rather turn to stone and freeze to death. Please God, forgive me for my terrible sins. Now, what the doctor's talking about is something that we'll learn in the next episode, but again and again, we'll find more notes, talk to more people, and Shore, Dr. Shore, he really messed up the world. Have you seen this eccentric? Hot off the presses news this month again. This month's eccentric is Mr. J, a gentleman who caused a stir by marrying a puppet. I was distracted by the... It's because custom-made puppets is so beautifully made. Or that Mr. J's particularities, even he was unaware of the sudden burst. Mr. J fell in love with the maid puppet at first sight, and they got married even in the face of his family's opposition. But the lover's secret wedding faced ruin. The enraged family stormed in, the husband was confused, the puppet bride was greatly damaged. She clearly had a soul, we loved each other. Gentleman J, who became his family's headache, will still makes the same claim. He's even fixing the bride and redoing the wedding. The tragedy was all made possible because of Krat's advanced puppet technology. Let's all listen to our families now. The Have You Seen This Eccentric corner will continue next month. So this is something we're gonna face at some point in our world. We're already seeing the possibilities that lonely people will fall in love with automatons or other things and marry them, and it's gonna be weird to get used to. But his family destroying it is weird. Especially, hopefully Mr. J wasn't the main breadwinner. And this person, not sure how much we like him.
It's the only way to be sure.
He's going through it. I tried to talk to him.
All puppets must die. Every single one. I hit Sam.
No, it's just my arm.
You. You're a puppet too. You can't fall.
This is the second human I face, and humans
Kill the
are a
puppet.
bit difficult to face. I switched to my electric weapon,
I wish I'd
hoping that the
known.
blight would help.
That surviving is a hell of its own.
And unlike one of the main bosses, we could just melt this guy a bit. My only issue is his attack's going for so long. It really stack his attacks.
I wish I'd known that surviving is a hell of a thing.
I was able to stagger him, but I wasn't able to get it because his head was in the wall. That wasn't fair. But I learned something, that if I could get behind him, I can use the Fatal Strike as much as I want. I also got him with the Electric Blitz, so I can do more damage.
I wish I'd known.
This is me just trying to get behind him.
Surviving is a hell of its own.
And then I just figure out I could just walk behind him and just eat that, make him eat that damage. This is a useful strategy for some of the tough enemies we'll face.
I'm sorry.
Well, if you were afraid to die, you should have found somewhere to hunker down.
Afraid to die.
And then I noticed we're back here, so I decide, well, I look around for a bit, but I decide to jump ahead to where we continue on the path. I thought this was the way forward. I was wrong, but I thought it was. But it was a good place to farm for Ergo. This time I notice it's locked on this side. I want to get that item, so I gotta take these puppets out. I was able to get some good hits in. Sometimes you're able to one-shot these guys, and it feels great. Having a +1 weapon is nice. And there's the Trinity room. So me coming here wasn't a complete loss. Still want to check everything though. This is where we fought the shield puppet, so we can go back to that area whenever we want. And we get to see inside the first Trinity room. Question of the day: did this factory worker ever think he would be destroyed like a puppet? We force open this safe. We got a new outfit and a quartz, which will come in handy. 3 create 1. Who opened the door, be the one right now. Be with the great ones. Read that wrong a second time. That's why, even in the game, I went back because I knew I got it wrong. I check out our stats, change our clothes, and decide to continue on the path forward. So I go back out to the area where those 3 puppets were, and decide the big pipe is where we need to go. Now, fighting this guy, I didn't notice something in the distance, but now I see them, and it's a bit creepy to see. Also don't know how they're doing it. But again, I forget to lock on, so I'm not making contact. And a perfect block gets those things down immediately. And again, I'm going into another area with no health. I also thought that was gonna fall on me because it happens so often. Went over here to check what's up there. Also noticed that this guy's in a weird place to die. And then I realized there's something behind that wooden wall. Also trying to brace myself for this. Faced the wrong way when I did that. Also threw a fire bomb at a fire type enemy. He got me with that, and that killed me. So I had to go back and get all the way back to here again to take it on. Got my lost Ergo. I got the charge attack on him. Well, my charge arm on him. I was also able to get him with the electric blitz. Now I just had to pile on the damage. I was going to try to stagger him, but oh, never mind, I got through that one. But again, head in the wall, can't really get it. Just need to get one more hit in, and nope, two. And now that area is kind of in my way. I got a new button, but I'm not going to really use it. And this was important. Because I think this lever right here, the one I'm about to go back to, is the one that drains the arena for the Puppet of Tomorrow. Alright, so I'm gonna head out and see if the arena for the Puppet of Tomorrow is drained. And seeing that it is, I decide to take the fight to that puppet. I also... noticed that my health things are drained, so I decided to take out these puppets first. Get some extra Ergo before I go to the Stargazer. I was hoping these would give me an extra level up, but no. Doing my things in the Stargazer, and now we're gonna fight this puppet. I tried to set it on fire, I'll be honest. Now without the poison swamp below us, I can get some real damage in. Yeah, well, it's called the Puppet of Tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it wasn't finished. I can get this big old stagger damage along with the electric blitz. I think it shows it here. One big flaw with the Puppet of Tomorrow is the fact that it's too big. Because it's about to do this attack that, if I wasn't standing between its legs, would give me shock damage. Now I can just wail on it. Staggered it once again. Gonna break that knee. Now all it needs one big hit. Now that's gone for good. I decided to check out the arena to see if there's anything else I missed. But seeing as there's nothing, I decide it's time to go up. We gotta push forward with the story. And that boss battle made me feel good. That field boss battle made me feel good. Because the main boss battles are difficult, and they will remain difficult. I went here before thinking it wasn't the way forward, but it is. And there we go. We can hear Venigni. Well, I see an item over there, and I also want to see how much damage I do with the latest level ups I got. Being able just to smack those things down in one hit is great. That's a good warning to have. Alright, and this is the person we were tasked to find this entire time. I do some quick level up stuff.
Oh, easy now. No need to kill me. Surely we can discuss this like reasonable people?
If you were worried about people killing you, you shouldn't have come here. You're one of the richest people in the city.
Did he send you?
Yes, he did.
I'm fine. Please, help me find my butler Pulcinella. He's a puppet.
I'll be honest, I never found his butler.
Stalkers were supposed to be working for me, but well, they bolted and left me to my fate.
Well, because they had common sense. You don't, it seems.
My butler went to barricade the back door, and I haven't seen him since. Pulcinella has been a loyal companion.
I don't know. I never went to look for. I was left here looking for the butler, but I never found him.
Take it back. But please, keep an eye out for my.
I would have loved it if I found him.
I'd consider it a personal
Because it seems like
favor,
that would have been a good story beat. We got a new emote. I don't really use the emotes all too often. Now I went on this scaffolding because I thought it was safe from everyone down below. To my chagrin, this happens. Right into the acid. And I took that personally. I did. Outrun these guys. It's the second one. The one right there. That's the one who I have the grudge against. But the big guy noticed me, so he came after me. I'm learning that you have to take out the mobs first before you take on the heavy. Heavies and a mob is bad. And this attack is just rude. So if you don't get out of the way after that first one-handed downward strike like that, he just keeps doing it. Got that nice stagger hit. Almost enough to take him down. But these last two hits did the job for me. Now I decided to go around and pick up everything that was in the area that I could get. But that's a lot of me just searching around, so I'm going to jump you guys to the important thing I found. The puppets cannot refuse the Grand Covenant imprinted upon manufacture. It must obey the creator's orders and cannot harm humans. But look at the puppet that was once called Fuego in the Grand Covenant. Is the Grand Covenant flawed? The once faithful puppet now kills humans. It creates puppets instead of fire. It obeys something else other than humans. It's as if someone is controlling it or has a mind of its own. As if there's a king of puppets or something. It's surprising Fuyuko's actions were not simple obedience but faith. Fuyuko worships something as a god. I heard there's the king of puppets on Rosa Isabel Street. That must be what's controlling it. There's a puppet and I just got bored. But that was really important. And great foreshadowing that I just ignored. So I just decided to move on, get these 2 items. Because I don't know what's coming next. I also wanted more ergo. So I think I got everything I wanted and decided to go to the boss. Go forward, which to right here I noticed it's a boss battle. Not thinking, I decided to use up my health because if I'm going into a boss battle, I want full health. And if I can hit it enough, I can get that health back. I'm contemplating whether to use the Spectre and decide against it. I also sharpen my weapon before I go in. This is one of the toughest boss I'll face so far. Again, this one took me a lot of effort. This boss, I think, almost 30 attempts over an hour and a half. So the time it's taking me to beat these bosses is extending. But this one, yeah, he's gonna get me a lot. He gets me quick too. But I'm learning. I've already learned what his 2 red attacks are so far. Yeah, he took me out immediately. So this next attempt, I think, was 10 or 12. Again, after 25, I stopped counting. But I have his red attacks, and I'm trying to goad him into using one, because he starts off this fight with a red attack. He did the overhand slam, so I could just get in. Then he did the charge. This lets me get a heavy attack in. I also realize he only has one hand to attack with, and there's only a few things he can do. But I'm letting my guard go early in this fight, which I'm watching it the second and third time I'm hating. But I'm trying my best to get that electric blitz on him. Charge attack into the corner. I can use the Legion arm, which got the electric blitz on, so I could add up my damage. I switch up my weapon to do more, so I can get more damage in. Do the charge attack again. This time, I decided to use the grinder. Second wait for him to finish attacking. Get this heavy damage in. I also didn't realize he kicked me, which feels a bit disrespectful. I was able to get the stagger on him. I didn't go for the extra hits. I wanted to heal up and then just get this heavy attack on him. And I think this is also the first time I got to the second phase. So it should be coming up soon. This was a long battle. He runs over there, then he does something weird that I can't see. So I decided to try to get the electric blitz on him. And that's when he turned the floor into lava and got me with a ranged attack. Yeah, that's how I died that time. This is much further in. I think this is the last run for this fight. And again, I have not looked over at my recording software to notice that I'm not getting any sound. So I'll go with my first strategy, get the electric blitz on him, and then just pile on the damage. I think at this point I went back to the hotel and upgraded the P organ. I got the electric blitz, so now I can just pile on damage. Just have to pay attention to his arm so I can block when I need to. At this point, I should have used the blade arts, but I wasn't really using them too often at this point. Mainly because that's extra buttons, and I was racking my brain on how to beat this thing. Oh, and this stagger helps so much. Just destroyed his health. Got him down to half health, below half, and now he's about to start using his gun. I'm trying my best to get another electric blitz on him. I wasn't able to get out of the way in time. Good thing those items drop like candy. Second electric blitz, so now I can just pile on damage again. Okay, we get the health off quickly. There it is. I noticed that I'm just a few hits away. I just gotta get this last one in, and I got it. And again, after this fight, I activate the Stargazer and go exploring. I accidentally go too far forward, so I had to cut that and get you guys back to the hotel. And it's at this point, when I'm at this hotel looking for what's changed, we got Venigni over here, which is nice. He helps us upgrade the arm and everything. We could get the new arms, we could upgrade the arms, we could power them up. Jiminy's getting more and more personality.
You think it's a tram for crickets?
I'm not sure Jiminy is a real cricket, but it's at this point where I'm talking to Venigni, looking around, that I look over and notice that my recording software isn't picking up my mic. So now we're back to where we need to be, and I jump ahead so I could get you guys back. Here I go. I don't know how long I didn't have audio, so I'm gonna have to go back and record over it. But my god, so we took down the boss. Man, this is one of those dumb things that I wish I paid attention to. We took down 2 bosses. I'm gonna end this episode here because I have a lot of work to do, because I have to record audio and hope I can match it up with what I was doing. So I'm gonna check this out before we leave.
There you are, my boy. My savior, yes, that's the word. You took back the factory, and
I hope the factory burns to the ground. This has just been a bad day for me.
No more new puppets. The army has run out of recruits. My friend, you saved, well, all of us.
All right.
But listen to me going on and on about my concerns, and I don't believe I've even introduced myself. Signor Laurentini Venigni. Gentleman, bon vivant, and, at the moment, utterly at your service, my friend. If the name Venigni rings no bells, perhaps you've heard of Krat's Prince of High Society. That is because they
I
are
don't
one
like
and the
you.
same. Just two of the many names I've collected in my 3 decades here on Earth.
It's only 30?
While I sincerely believe meeting Venigni is its own reward, I have not rewarded you in the more traditional manner. Please, take this. My newest prototype.
I don't really care right
It'll
now,
be
man.
safe with you. It's a grinder stone that keeps granting special attributes to the grinder. I hope you'll put it to good use.
Okay. Grinder modification. Okay. Now how do I do that? All right, guys. So that's how we. So this area will be where we will upgrade our Legion arm, because I got a new one. I can't use it inside. So I'm gonna end this episode here. If you like this video in some weird way, because I don't know how I'm gonna do this. It's gonna take me so long to record audio for. Oh, I hate having to do post edit audio. But I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna get out of here. If you made this far in the video, Prime thanks you, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye. We can perform?